Did you like that analogy? That was glorious, wasn't it?
Dude, you know how much I like a metaphor.
Oh.
Tickling me with metaphors. I'm already successful.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
because like at what
lifestyle,
point?
yeah.
At what point does it stop?
like if you walk into a jazz bar and you see a bunch of jazz musicians jamming, you cannot deny that. That is pure human talent.
We're so used to easy answers now.
Yeah, that's
no one
the
asks
case.
for directions anymore.
Yeah,
no one
yeah,
asks the time anymore.
And the problem is with social media is that it can make you feel inadequate and make you want to quit. And I think AI is very much kind of like has that potential for people today, and I do feel for the next generation that's coming along at the moment.
The beautiful thing about humans is the imperfections.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mastered it. I always struggle with that one. Mastered. Is mastered?
Mastered. I think
Bastard.
that's it.
You bastard. Old school street teams, man.
You know what? I actually really think that is the way. It was like I was chatting to the guy that owns K2, and he was like Instagram works. He was like, obviously do that, but it was like honestly, word of mouth is the number one. And I was like, yeah, I totally agree with you. Word of mouth is the way. Maybe we should do street teams. Like big fans. Like we know like fans live in a certain area. Perhaps we should message them and be like, yo, we're doing a gig in this area. Do you fancy being part of the street team?
Street teams would be good, I think.
Getting some.
But that's the thing. I would go back to old school 1980s promo sort of stuff. 1990s, early 2000s, where it was just like it's band o'clock. And you go and you see posters somewhere, and there's some dude that's been paid 20 quid and he's got like a stack of posters and he's just gone around the city for an hour and stapled them all to lampposts.
I am genuinely wondering if this. Well, actually, I was doing some research the other day and people were saying I can't remember what website it was, but it was saying that street teams are still used today, so it's like worth investing in a street team. Ooh. because like they flyer everything, put posters and stuff everywhere.
But then it's expensive to get flyers and posters made.
True. And then you're not quite sure how successful that's going to be.
Maybe.
But more people are likely to see it. Like I don't understand how Instagram works in that, like, you can say, oh, I want to target this area in York, right? And you, but it's then do all the people in York get that advert, or is it just so many people get it?
Well, you specify it sort of smaller than that. So you go, if you like this band, you might like this band, and then so you target people that might have a liking of a band that you're similar to. But then that creates a whole world of a problem in itself, because like, well, who are we similar to?
But does that actually work? It's like, well, obviously it must work, but
what, targeting advertising?
Yeah, like that.
Targeted advertising.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it must work. It's just
because I'm wondering if like.
I do wonder, school, man. I just want to.
It's like Sam was saying the other day about. Sam was saying the other day about she go into the record shop in Newquay, and in the record shop it just had all the tickets there, all these bands advertised, and all the tickets available, and you just was like, oh my god, there's so much playing, never seen them before.
Yeah,
buy a ticket for them, and that's how you did it.
But the problem is nowadays there's so much more distraction.
Yeah,
there's so much more
other options.
There's so much more reason not to go out on a Friday or a Saturday night.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
It's like I've had a long week at work. I'm socialised out because I've been talking to people that have been treating me like crap all week or whatever, someone in their normal job.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's the weekend. I don't want to be around people. And it's like, I don't know, back in the 90s, man, like when the evenings, we were talking about this the other day, when the evenings sort of kicked in, it was like there'd be 3 channels of TV at that point. And I remember Channel 4 coming about, and I remember Channel 5 happening, and it was like revolutionary to have 5 channels.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But even then it was like, right, half the stuff on TV was naff anyway. Yeah. But then, and then there was like, we had video games, but like we didn't really play them in the evenings, but it's sort of, you'd occupy yourself with something. But I imagine if I was of an age where I would have wanted to go out and see shows or see live music, it's like, yeah, absolutely.
That's what you would have done. Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
You'd be down the pub, you'd be down to go see a band, you'd take a chance, and there wouldn't be, I mean, the internet's incredible for a lot of reasons, but there wouldn't be the option of going online and going, all right, there's a band playing there, let's have a look. And then you stumble across maybe their worst song or their worst video, and then you just go, oh, do you know what, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Or you read a description and it's like, oh, some guy going to be down the pub playing didgeridoo later.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not for me.
Yeah.
So that's a bit weird. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, like, I remember the days when, Channel 4 would be on, like you said, before Channel 5, and then it would say at the end of the program, it would be like, I don't know what time it was, like 8, 9 o'clock at night or something like that. It'd be like, that's the end of our broadcasting session. And then the screen would just go like that. And it's like, they used to stop broadcasting at a certain time at night. And that back in those days, that meant that, well, there's nothing on TV, quite literally. So that means we turn it off, and that means we get involved with playing games, or that means we go outside, or that means we do. And obviously we were kids at the time, but like you said, if you were of the age of like going out and seeing bands and stuff, it would have been like, right, well,
every pub would have been empty.
You particularly, probably more so than me, would have definitely been the sort of person that would have, I mean, you still are that, you are that type of person now, that would have, you don't know what I'm going to say yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I can say anything I want now.
Oh, no.
You're the type of person, eh? I got you now. I got you by the balls.
Web of lies.
No, you're the type of person that would go into the record shops, check out what records are about, what new bands and stuff, and then you would have probably scouted out, who was playing and stuff, and what tickets were on sale, and then.
As a teenager, I was an absolute HMV fiend.
Yeah, totally.
I liked getting down there and having a little rummage through it was CDs, but yeah, it was, and like any spare pocket money that I had.
Yeah, we spent on that.
But just like a new CD and then absolutely cane that. But yeah, 100% bands. Go see. We didn't get out and about too much, but it is one of those. Yeah, I'd absolutely go back, revert back, and maybe we should do, because obviously, like I
think everything's going to go backwards at some point.
Well, obviously we got our social media hacked, and I didn't realize like how integral social media is to something, an operation of this magnitude. It's like you amass, and we amassed tens of thousands of organic fans. I say tens of thousands. I think we got about 20,000 likes on the Facebook. Yeah, I guess so. And then it's like we'd got a whole bunch on Instagram, and then we'd got a whole bunch on. It was mainly the Facebook. It was Facebook and Instagram, wasn't it? So we'd amassed that sort of amount of. It was organic followers as well, and we'd started the Echo Town page in 2009, man.
That's right. Yeah,
and it's like.
We didn't even plug the page.
We never did paid adverts. We always did. We might have promoted a gig here and there, but it was all organic likes and all organic follows from people that we'd physically seen, or they'd physically seen us busking or playing or whatever. And then it all gets just like wiped out, and all of a sudden you're like, right, well. Nowhere wants to book us now.
All of a sudden it was like the thing that I saw was exactly that, was like festivals, venues knew who exactly we were. Like, yeah, we know who Echo Town is, but we don't want to book you because you haven't got the following anymore.
Your following
so
doesn't
like we
exist,
we were all of a sudden going around Europe doing big shows in Europe, doing big festivals in Europe, to all of a sudden like people being like, no, we don't know. We know who you are, but you don't have a following anymore. Yeah. I mean, like recently, like you actually managed to go back onto the Instagram, didn't you? And the old Instagram, and we'd been kind of like slowly but surely re-adding the followers that we lost.
Yeah.
And a woman messaged you from Switzerland, and it's like, basically we saw you at whichever festival. Yeah, Lucerne.
Balls Festival.
Hell of a festival. What a festival that was. And wondering where we'd gone and all that sort of stuff. And he's now super excited to be back in touch. And this is the thing is I like you, I really didn't realize the detriment of social media, because really that is the window where we advertise everything. And it's one window. So if that one window gets broken, the whole thing is gone, isn't it? You know what I mean? Whereas, like, did you like that analogy? That was glorious, wasn't it?
Dude, you know how much I like a metaphor. Tickling me with metaphors. Window, I was like, please say broken. Please say broken.
No, you didn't even think of that. I thought of it.
That was excellent.
Yeah, it's true though, isn't it? And whereas like back in, I mean, before our time as, professional musicians, it was a case of that they advertised as they went around. Like Led Zeppelin would have gone out, they would have had street teams. The street teams would have posted, flyered everywhere. However they did it, all over the walls. They would have put it in all the record shops. I mean, God knows how many record shops would have been in London at that time. As an example, I don't know, but venues, London, would have been stacked full of these places. So they would have hit the whole place. And then everyone would have been walking around going, oh, who's Led Zeppelin? Oh, who are they? Oh, they sound pretty good. I might go buy a vinyl, see what this. Oh, you go into a vinyl shop and you could listen to the vinyl before you bought it. So you could get a sneak preview of it and be like, that sounds fucking awesome. I'm gonna buy that, and then I'm gonna get the tickets, go check them out. Boom, you've got a permanent fan. And they just follow you from there.
I guess there would be a spot. I mean, I feel like probably Facebook and Instagram and these sort of things are the bulletin boards of the community, I guess. Yeah. And I guess that people look on there to see what's going on, but they have to. But back in the day, there would have probably been like certain venues, and like every time you walked past it on your way to the baker's or whatever, you'd have a look at the posters in the window and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's good. It's a bit like when you'd go and look for a new car or something back in the 90s, and they'd just be out. Do you remember us? I sold the N64 or one of the N64s we had, or the V64. I can't remember, but I was trying to sell my N64. Thankfully, I didn't. It's under my bed. We need to dig it out, and we need to play some Mario Kart. GoldenEye. I like that chord. I want to get a guitar now and do that chord.
Go on.
What was I saying? We went to advertise our N64 for sale, I think, or it was the GameCube or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd made an advert for it, printed it out on the old HP DeskJet printer thing, and went and put it in the shop thing. And then someone rang us up, and it was all old school like that. I like the little rip-off strip things for like drum lessons, that kind of thing. Tear a number off and then you ring it. It's that sort of thing. I think it's that can't get hacked.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah,
and then
word
people,
of mouth can't get hacked.
People look out for what's going to happen, or maybe it's just. Maybe the internet is the new venue, because like it's amazing that people will. So what I get, I'm trying to formulate my thoughts here, but like you watch a video of someone busking online, and you watch that video and you're like, that dude's awesome, like what he's doing, that's awesome, and you're also in this video watching hundreds, maybe thousands of people walk past and not give a damn about what this dude's doing. Yeah. But later on, they might watch the video and be like, that's awesome. Yeah. And it's like, is that a problem? Harry Mack, the rapper, so he's a freestyle rapper, and he makes stuff up and people prompt him, give him words. You know he is, I'm telling, but it's like what he does is insane, and that's like years and years and years of practice and dedication and rhythm and all that sort of stuff. I watched one of his videos the other day of him doing on Omegle, the video chat thing where you paired with strangers. He did a rap for them, and they reacted and said that it was good, but then they wanted to follow him on TikTok, and they reacted stronger to the amount of followers he had on TikTok than they did to his actual performance.
Wow.
So they got sort of like mildly excited about his performance. It was like, oh yeah, that was really good, man. Like, you know, that was cool. And then they were like, oh, look how many followers he has, like just to their mates.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was more impressive than the fact that he just made up an entire song off the bat.
Yeah.
Out of a couple words.
Yeah.
And
that's interesting.
And I sort of like hit me. I was like, that's a bit distressing.
Yeah.
That like the same with the busking thing, that you might pay more attention to a video of it than you would do to actually seeing a busker do his thing in the street. I always make an effort to stop and watch and like, you know, if I like what I see and like what I hear, I'm gonna chuck a quid in it. We used to busk. We know what it's like, and we know what it's like to be sort of just, I'm playing a lap slide guitar or something, and in your head you're like, all these people have never seen this before. Like, someone's playing a weird slidey guitar on his lap, like. Yeah. And then you were playing a suitcase drum kit. It was like a drum kit made out of a 100-year-old suitcase, like a big leather suitcase that you used as a kick drum, and then you had all the drums in it, and we'd pull it along, and then you'd set up a drum kit out of this.
Horrendous to play.
It was horrendous to play.
Serious
but it was
backache after playing that thing.
Bloody genius. And and I used to remember just watching people just wander past on their way, and like people they're on a mission, aren't they? They're going somewhere, they're heading somewhere. But some people, you know, you can tell they're just mooching and shopping. Yeah. You sort of look at them and you're like, are you not paying attention? It's like, maybe, but if it was on a screen,
they'd pay attention.
And you went, oh, look at this, and they'd be like, oh wow.
I think also that on that level. Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, is that a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, but I think also that people, like with the Harry Mack thing and the number of followers, it's almost like they swept his talent under the rug and were like, oh, that's good, but we don't know, almost like we don't know who this guy is. Yeah. And then as soon as I saw the number of followers, we're like, oh, shit, this guy's famous. Like, whoa, let's pay attention to him.
This legitimizes
him. Yeah. And it's like, do people sweep talent under the rug because they're like, these guys don't have any following? It's like, oh, these guys, oh yeah, you know, these guys playing on the street right now, he's absolutely killing it, but he's a nobody.
But this is the problem about getting hacked.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the problem about getting hacked, because then it's like you go to book a gig or you go to book gigs,
and they sweep you under the rug.
And it's like, oh, they don't have a following.
Yeah.
So they can't be of any value. And it's like, well, Led Zeppelin didn't have a online following.
Yeah.
It was just people that went and saw an epic band and then went away and was like, I saw this band the other day called Led Zeppelin. Keep an eye out for when they're next in town, because we need to go see them. Yeah. And then they sold tons of records, and obviously they had record labels behind them and promotion in that sort of way and respect. But it's the tools that are available now. It's full-time jobs, and it's try and get stuff out there. Yeah. But at the same time, yeah, like you said, it's like it's almost like your talent is diminished because the amount of physical followers that someone can see checking out your music doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, right, so someone will go on Facebook or Instagram and be like, oh yeah, they've got 20,000 followers, or oh yeah, they've got 1 million followers, and then it's like, wow, I'm gonna pay attention now because they're of value. Other people have decided that this band are of value, so I will pay attention.
Yeah, and
yeah. The more I think about the hack, the more I'm like, it was brutally detrimental.
Yeah,
and then you've got to have some level of fortitude, and I'm super proud of us for like just being like, do you know what? Like, that could have been like the nail in the coffin and the excuse to just sack it all off and just play music for the fun of it.
Yeah,
and then it's like, well, no, like, let's dust ourselves down and rebuild,
carry on going. Totally, mate. I totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. So what we are doing, it's the reason why we're here doing what we're doing right now, because we want to rebuild. We want to encourage people.
Chin. Look at that. Look at who's on that cut.
Oh,
no, it's you.
Oh yeah. Well, there's Rick here playing a didgeridoo, and then there's me over here.
I got these cups made because it was like, didn't I get you that for Christmas? It's like
Is this one? Was it this one?
And
I've kept it here because
I was like, we need some studio cups, and like they were some of our favorite photos that anyone's ever shot of us, That was from Little Orchard Festival last year.
And yes, it's important to love yourself enough to have yourself on a mug.
To have yourself on a mug.
I think
to
everybody should have
yourself.
themselves on a mug, and it should be like, yeah, this is who I am. This is what I look like, and I'm happy with that.
Everyone should have a mug with their face on at some point.
Everyone. I think everyone should have that.
Maybe that should be our ultimate aim, to create enough people to have enough love in themselves that they'll have their face on a mug. I like that idea though, man. If you can just like build up someone's self-confidence enough for them to be like, do you know what? I actually love the way I look now. Or I actually love myself now. I'm gonna get a mug of myself.
It's a great idea. Just on the point of social media as well. I think it's important like to highlight that people. I feel that people are more greatly exposed to so many things these days. So much variety of talent and abilities and entertainment. For example, a prime example of this is I could literally pick up Instagram now, and I could start, what I call it, doom scrolling. Right? I could get on. I could get on there. I could find something drum related, some drummer tapping away, start scrolling, and I can guarantee within like 30, 40 seconds, I'll find an insanely good drummer, and I'll find someone that's better than me, and I'll be like, oh man, that guy's incredible. Wow, that guy's insanely good. I can flick again and within a matter of time, I'll find someone that's better than him, and then find someone that's better than him, or just as good as him, or good as her, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And that can either straight away begin to make me feel like a piece of shit, and that I'm not worthy, and that I'm not good enough, and that maybe I shouldn't put any effort into performing at all, and I should just sack it all off. But then on that line, I won't go off on a tangent on that, but on that line, it's important to remember that you, as musicians, you're not necessarily just selling what you do, you're selling yourself. And it's like, for me, it's like our characteristics, our personality, that I feel also attracts people to our music, and that's important to remember. But I feel that people are so exposed to such incredible things. Like I can go on there and I can find people doing insane mountain biking, and I can find people doing insane skateboarding tricks. I can find people doing, deep diving with spearfishing on the other side of the world. So that when I see someone else doing that, so I can walk through the street and I can see someone busking, I can be like, oh, yeah, he's all right. He's okay.
Yeah.
It's like because I've seen people that are 1,000 times better than him, but I should not be exposed to that. I shouldn't be exposed to people that are better than that. So I should be able to walk down that street and see that busker playing and be like, that guy's incredible, because it's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, for example, didgeridoo. It's like you take the didgeridoo and you play on stage, and, it might be the first time people have seen that live, but it might not be the first time people have seen that actually done, because they can find it online. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of like diminishes the skill and the talent that's being performed. Bands like Led Zeppelin, bands like Deep Purple, bands like Pink Floyd popped up, and, there was probably another band out there that was just as good as Pink Floyd at the time, but they might not have pushed it, or might not wanted to have pushed it. But people saw Pink Floyd and were like, that's the first time we've ever actually witnessed that, and it's like mind-blowingly incredible. But if that was all over the internet, or if there was bands at the time that were all better and that was all over the internet, if that existed at the time, maybe people would have been like, oh, they're all right.
All gets
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all gets lost in the noise.
Lost,
and I think sometimes that's why festival slots for us are really important, because it exposes you to a crowd that weren't anticipating seeing you.
Yeah.
The amount of fans that we would make from a festival is... The amount of fans that we make from festivals is important, because they see us come and perform.
Oh, it's worked.
Come on, man. Yeah,
Dickens cat flap hasn't been working
to get
recently.
in this episode. Let me check you for poop. Clean. She's so fluffy that sometimes she gets poop on herself, don't you? Like a little scallywag. You're like your father. That was a joke, by the way. what was I saying? Yeah, that's why festivals are important, because then people, and that's why I think busking was important, because there were so many people that discovered us through busking.
Yeah.
Because they'd not been exposed to it. You only see what you're exposed to, and like nowadays, like you said, we're exposed to so much that perhaps something incredible just becomes noise at some point.
Yeah.
That we miss so much more because we're exposed to so much more.
Yeah.
It's like put it this way. It's like if you were in a field of flowers, you'd be like, "This is a beautiful field of flowers." If you were in a completely blank room, like a white room with white floor, and in the middle of the room was a rose, you'd just be like, "That's incredible."
Yeah.
Like, because that's all you could focus on.
Yeah.
It's like, I think maybe there's so many.
The market's been flooded.
I mean, it's beautiful that there's so much. I mean, what an incredible time to be alive!
Yeah,
Like with
yeah,
regard to
it
music
is.
and with
It is.
regard to technology, it's like the advent of YouTube is similar to the printing press in a lot of ways. In that it's like it's made video content so widely available, so people can check out everything and they can watch everything and learn stuff. It's the same degree of advancement as the printing press making books and publications available, but en masse. But and with that comes the problem of there being. It becomes harder to push through.
Yeah.
But then, without actually spending loads of money.
Yeah, which is the topic
way
that we probably will end up getting onto one day is the amount of subscriptions and things like that we have to have just to be able to survive.
Wild. But I think this is why we've decided to start doing a podcast. It's like, well, we just like it's extra content to put out. It's extra exposure.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like when we do
fun,
studio days, we normally sit and have a chat for an hour. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, let's put a camera up, let's fire up the mics. We've got all the gear. Let's put some lights on,
Good excuse to do it, isn't it?
and let's just have a chat and let
entertain
other people like pop into the Echo Town living room for a second.
Yeah.
Can I just say, by the way, your drip. That's what the kids call it these
Is
days.
it a drip?
Yeah. Is it drip?
Is that another
Is it
word for
drip?
your get up?
Well, yeah, your drip's looking fire.
Oh.
That's for all the young guns. Your drip's looking fire. I think drip
fire.
means, we might have to Google it, but like drip means like your outfit.
Nice.
Your drip looks wet. I don't know what that means.
You're just making it up.
Yeah, your togs.
Togs.
That's a good
togs
one.
Togs is
Your
a word.
threads. Threads is a
threads.
great one. Nice threads, Rob. Look at his little color combination.
Thank you.
Did you
It
just
is
throw
most
this on, or did you think about it?
No, I most definitely did not think about it. I just grabbed the most warmest socks I could find,
Here we go.
which happened to be mustard yellow.
Here we go. No, let me describe you.
Okay, go on.
And Rob has. I'm going to describe it like golf commentary.
Okay, sweet, thank you.
And Rob has gone for the mustard yellow socks, the military green pants, and the blue woodsman jacket with a purple shirt. It's a good combination that will render him delightfully sexy for the podcast.
Yes, excellent. I enjoyed that commentary very much, Richard.
I, on the other hand, did think about my outfit.
Did you?
No, of course I didn't. This was on the chair.
You've got holes in your jeans.
think
What
it's-
would your mother think?
Oh, well. Well, what would she? It's like I just... This is covered in cat hair. I think Dickens has been asleep on this. I just grabbed it. Was on one of these chairs when I moved
I
in
mean,
this
I
morning.
enjoy it, mate. You
It's
look banging in it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, come on.
Do you like the
it's almost
shoulders?
like that
Do
partial.
you like the shoulders?
Stop the shoulders. It's like a part like lumberjack style. Man, I love the lumberjack look.
Lumberjack look
love
is
the
the one.
lumberjack
Well, I mean, it's got to be hard with the beard.
Yeah, I keep trying to keep an eye out for a lumberjack jacket.
Or like a nice one.
A proper one, like a proper American one. If anyone knows a decent lumberjack style jacket, let me know.
That doesn't break the bank.
Doesn't break the bank.
It's sort of the fashion, but like you do chop trees down.
I do.
And
Well, that sounds
I have a
cruel.
number of axes.
That sounds nasty. I chop trees down that are dead,
Unwell.
dying, or unwell, or in general, blocking the light for trees that need the light.
Oh, you see, that's good. Coppicing.
Coppicing.
That's what they call that.
I'm a lumberjack.
So how do we coppice the music industry so that more light gets to Echo Town?
I like it. Okay, right. So
We
could
like a metaphor.
Well, I love a good metaphor. Well done, it's your turn for the
But it's not
metaphor,
chopping
by the
other
way.
people down, but it's like, how do you clear the noise? How do you clear? I mean, it's not even
I'll tell
clear
you
the
how
noise.
you clear the noise. You climb up that motherfucking tree and you punch through the fucking canopy. Yeah! Echo Town is here!
Ray of sunshine, sunshine. Is that even sunshine?
I don't know. Is it even on the camera?
I don't even think it is.
Everyone's just like, what's going on? I'm hearing a light
hearing a-
switch
I'm
flicker.
hearing a click.
So, for those of you who may not have been able to see that, Rick was flicking a switch and the lights above him were coming on.
Like a light bulb moment.
In imitation of sunshine.
That's what we need to have. We need to have like just light bulbs there, and then it's like,
Ding!
and then
It's a
you
great
flick
idea.
it when
We
it
press a bell.
press a bell when you've got a good idea, and it makes it automatic. You have 3 times during the podcast that you can press it, and it makes
That's a brilliant
and
idea.
it means that. It means the other person has to stop talking because the other person's had just like a brainwave idea. Go on.
You can only press it 3 times. That's a great idea.
I like that.
Okay, how do we punch through the canopy now? That's a good topic.
How do you punch through the canopy, Dickens? You're a good
How do
tree
you
climber.
clear the noise? Yeah, well,
It's not clear the noise. Go on.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you know, I think it's just graft. I think a lot of it is working smart and hard. You know, and people say work smart, not hard. But in this industry, it's like you got to work smart and you got to work hard.
This is one major thing that people don't realize because they just see you playing gigs, see you bouncing around on stage, and it's like I was trying to figure this out. I was like, that's maybe 3 to 5%.
Yeah, definitely.
Of what we do.
Well, it's just like as part of that topic, like what? Give me an example of like.
Hang on,
like,
it's like because we're ADHD, because like
that'll be another podcast. Let's do another podcast on that.
That's the topic that we wanted to discuss on the last one. We just keep talking about.
And we
something
were
else.
going to,
but I want
to.
I want to stay focused because I want to talk about how do you push through the canopy.
Okay, let's do that. How do you push through the canopy? Okay, so the canopy is the amount of what would you say the canopy
How do
is?
you do?
It's
Well,
like,
it's
I wouldn't
just,
say competition because I don't
I
like
wouldn't
that
say
word.
competition. I wouldn't say
Because
noise.
music is not a competition.
I think it's a problem in that. I think what needs to happen is there needs to be more of a communal spirit with musicians.
Yes.
Because for some reason it just feels like everyone's competing. For a start, I hate Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, it's
like
bullshit.
Battle of the Bands can get out. Like it's just because there shouldn't be. Because how do you judge that? Like, how do you judge that? I get up and I play some didgeridoo madness, but some other guys like just shredding on a sitar.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, that's a really random example.
But
it's
that's how random music is.
how do you go right? Yeah, that 10-piece band is better or worse than that 2-piece band.
Yeah.
Who is better or worse than that 4-piece band that are playing grunge
can't.
music that's better than that reggae band? It's like you can't. Like, does it all boil down to just like the I don't know. You can't. Like music shouldn't be competitive.
I agree.
So in my head, I'm like, right, if a musician's got some sort of level of clout, is that the word, or some sort of level of authority?
Yeah.
Should they be like, do you know what? Check these guys out. Everyone should be coming up at the same time.
I do it.
It's
I
go like other musicians'
Absolutely.
posts. If another musician puts out a reel, I make sure that I watch the whole reel because it's like that gives it more airtime. It helps the algorithm. It pushes the reel.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to see all these musicians. There's so many good bands in the Southwest.
Yeah,
man.
so many.
Like
That should be massive.
They should, and a lot of them are probably sat there thinking, "Why haven't we gone big yet?"
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like they're also trying to push through the canopy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, this was one of our ideas with the podcast, was that one day I thought it'd be amazing to have a member of a member of a band.
the whole band.
Or the whole band. Yeah, if possible, the whole band. That would be amazing if we've got the room in the future to be able to do that, which would be absolutely awesome. And maybe that's something that we could do. But or to have a member of the band come in, and to interview them, to talk about their music, to talk about what they do, blah 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 blah, and then have a jam with them.
Yeah.
And like do like 3 jams with them or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that way we're exposing other musicians. And this is the thing, is I totally agree that the music world. Well, recently we've had a bunch of gigs recently that haven't sold many tickets. And we were discussing that, weren't we, on similarly to what we were talking about with like the social media side of things, or people have more options in life these days. Yeah. So instead of being like, well, there's nothing on TV at all because the TV's turned off and they've stopped broadcasting, let's go watch a band. Now it's like, well, we've got 1,000 different channels with 1,000 different options, and we
plus
can
YouTube,
plus YouTube,
video
plus
games.
and virtual reality, or even just thousands of different options of different places to go outside. So it's like, well, no, we don't want. Do I want to go see a band in a loud venue, or do I want to go sit in a restaurant, or do I want to go do this? I don't want. There's so many options for people, and not forgetting that people are under so much stress these days with their jobs, with children, with what's going on in the world, with finances and stuff, that people are far more knackered these days than what they used to be. And I would quite happily stand by that. Even when I look at myself, I mean, obviously I was younger 10 years ago, but 10 years ago, life was nowhere near as stressful as what I think it has been over the past 5 years. So people are often like, no, I can't be bothered, I want to stay in and just rest and recover, and that's totally understandable. But I forgot where I was going with this now.
Pushing through the canopy.
So exactly. It's I think the idea is just to keep doing what we're doing right now, is to keep doing the podcast, is to keep doing entertaining people.
It's also understanding, Rob, like the it's not you, because if you're pushing through the canopy, then you're higher than everyone else, and it's like then you get heard. But it's like, it's also understanding that it's like understanding where you want to go with it. It's like, because I've wrestled with the idea of like, what is success?
Yeah.
And then you just can't, and you just sort of go, well, I'm already successful.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Because like, at what point does it stop? Like when you headline Glastonbury, is on the Pyramid stage on a Saturday night. Is that like, what do you do after that?
Yeah.
Like where do you go after that? After you've got a number one, or you're number one in the Spotify streaming charts, like, and you have billions of streams, it's like, is that where success lies? Because I look at these big famous people and they're not happy, man.
Yeah.
There's like photos of Justin Bieber that have come out recently, and he looks knackered, man.
Yeah.
He looks, and it's like, so is that the target? Because if that's the target, like, I'm not interested in heading that way.
I feel that it's all about the journey and not the target that we're aiming for. Because for me in my life right now, I feel like I'm a very successful man. Financially, I'm not. I'm in the shit. You know what I mean? A lot of the time, but it's like every other part of my life, even it's like where I live and what I'm doing with my life in this moment in time is amazing. I'm sat here with my brother having a conversation. I don't want that to ever change with Dickens. She's loving it. And yeah, I think that's so important to remember that. And I just want to highlight with when you said about the canopy, I think the canopy is not other musicians.
Yeah,
the canopy isn't, because as far as the canopy is concerned with other musicians, the canopy works as one big unit to help make the rainforest breathe. Do you know what I mean? To basically make the whole world breathe. I forget how much oxygen we get from just the rainforest alone. So you think about if all music ceased to exist, life would be fucking miserable.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I mean, there'd be no music on TV, radio, not everything.
Lift journeys would be terrible.
Yeah, can you imagine, mate?
Imagine going up in a lift without some lift music. You're like, well, this is pants.
Yeah, if a world of music stopped, so it's like musicians should all be working together as one big canopy with all their different variations of styles and genres to create this beautiful
Bringing up the saplings.
Yeah. Teaching others how to do it, and that's how we should all be working together. But I feel like the canopy would be kind of like the fight against the canopy itself. In my mind, would be fighting against
all the other noise.
Like, yeah, people being overly stimulated by other things.
AI music.
Yeah, that's definitely part of that, trying to push through that, and it's like I was saying recently, that we'd done a bunch of gigs that hadn't sold many tickets, and it's like that, so that can be quite disappointing as a musician. But I also think it's so important to go and perform. We went and did one in York recently. Went and performed there. There was, 20 people, something like that there?
Yeah, maybe 30 at a push.
Yeah, maybe 30 at a push. But if we'd have cancelled that gig, it would have been so sad, because we had a bunch of people travel from London to come and see us in York.
Yeah.
Where did the rest of them come from?
Well, I mean, people generally speaking, the minimum journey I think was about an hour for most people.
So people had booked accommodation as well.
People had booked accommodation,
and some of those people have been following us around since we began doing the music as a profession. So it was like bumping into old friends again and being like, right, we haven't seen you on ages. Let's, and we had such a good gig that day. It was epic, and that's the thing, is like, it's about performing to the people and for the people and nothing else. Yeah. And that's, like, I don't have, like, that's all I want to do.
And the amount of musicians that might have got upset, just to put it in perspective, the gig before York, there was maybe 5 people there. And like that, because that was something went wrong with that gig. The tickets were all completely overpriced. Everything was a bit of a mess. However, we still played our heart out. We still played a full set. But the amount of people that might have, that would have maybe got frustrated on stage, or maybe just got irritated or angry, and like we gave a hug at the beginning of the gig and we had a laugh about it. It was like, well, it's an opportunity to have a jam.
Let's have a jam.
And like, there was the people that were there loved it. We actually sold quite a bit of merch, and it's like.
And speaking on bands as well, just to point out that the band that opened for us, I can't remember their name for the life of me. I feel really bad about that. But
not My Strong Arm, I think.
That's it. That's it. Not My Strong Arm. Yeah, and they stayed behind.
Yeah,
and they supported us.
Yeah,
they watched the whole gig. And they loved it, and they bought merch at the end, and it's like that is like prime example of musicians working together as a canopy.
Yeah,
it's like, if you you are able to stay back, and then stay back and support.
Yeah,
like it is so important to do.
Yeah, it's like just musicians supporting other musicians, like and bringing everyone up, like the whole thing, just like. Especially now to combat like AI music, or to combat just whatever other, because anyone can put music out now, and it's becoming easier and easier to record. It's like there's going to be so much stuff out there that just sort of like I don't know, because I don't want to be. It's a difficult one, because I don't want to be critical of any other music, obviously, because everyone's got their own taste. So. You can't be critical of other music, because it's an art form, and art's subjective, and everyone's like, don't knock anything over, Dickens, for God's sake. Don't mess with the camera. Oi, don't look in the Dickens. Hey. She's going to knock the camera, isn't she? Oh, there you go. You have a good stretch. Let's just check if it's still recording for a hot second. Anyway.
It looks like it is.
It looks like it is.
It looks like it is. We are still recording. We get a little bit paranoid that it's going to cut off. Yes, what were you saying?
What was I saying? Just that Well, the all music is valid, I guess.
Yeah.
Apart from robot music,
Yeah.
me and you have vowed and we've said, and it's like I never thought we'd actually get to the point where this was a thing, where it was like, I fully believe AI has its uses, but not creatively.
Yeah.
And I've found that there's been advertisements pushed on like for AI, and it's like something like unleash your creativity with Google Gemini or blah blah blah, and it's like, what do you mean unleash your creative? What, write a little prompt? You can just write a prompt. Give me a purple dragon with a sword, riding on top of a tiny donkey on planet Mars, and it'll just and it's like, that's not creativity. That's you going, just imagining something and something else making that for you. Now, if you were Salvador Dali and you painted that, I'd be like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, and if you can't paint and you want to paint, learn to paint.
Yeah.
Like we were talking then about YouTube and about what an incredible resource that is. If you want to learn to paint, you can learn to paint from YouTube, man. Like if you put the time in, it's like,
it's just like having a tutor.
Well, it's like when people marvel at you drumming. It's like, oh, what? He's so talented. He's so talented. It's like, that's
hours.
That's hard work. I don't like it when people are like, they're naturally talented. Maybe they're naturally inclined towards playing drums, or inclined toward playing guitar, or inclined towards painting.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got an interest, so then they want to dedicate some time to it. But it's like, it's nothing short of hard work. Like at some point, some of the greatest artists in the world like had done little fridge paintings like as they were kids, and all they've done is perfected their brush strokes, and they've mastered it. I always struggle with that one. Mastered. Is mastered?
Mastered. I think
bastard. You bastard.
That's how Yorkshire's.
For a little while, I went through a little period of saying mastered.
We don't say mastered.
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 Plaster. Do you have a plaster? Yeah. Bastard. You bastard.
He's a bastard
He's
master.
a bastard. He's nothing but a 2-bit bastard. Hey, Julie. Ian's a right bastard. He's a fucking bastard. Yeah. Oh, that's the ADHD brain kicking in, isn't it? Off comedy, off-piste. I think it's like, what was I saying? It's all just hard work.
Yeah.
That's put into time and effort and energy put in there, and it's like the AI stuff just takes all of that effort out.
Yeah.
It's like you can just go on there and be like, I've got this idea for a novel. Write me a novel. Yeah. And it'll, like that, in a second. It was like, I want to write a love. I tried it out just out of curiosity on ChatGPT. It's like, I want to write a love song and I want it to be metaphorical, blah blah blah, whatever. Enter, and it's like, and it's like, wow. It's like, this is. And if I could sing that, and people would be just like, "Oh wow, that's like that's so heartfelt." Like, and
there's no evidence that you didn't write it.
Exactly, but it's like I know, and that's an issue, man.
Yeah,
it's like I can't sing. It's like when we were touring back in 2018, and you turned to me and you said, "Rick, you're singing lyrics that like are not relevant now because it's all not relevant at all because like I was singing about being happy and being free and being and this, that, and the other, but I was drinking myself to death. And it's like, you're being hypocritical. And it's like, if you sing robot lyrics, you're being hypocritical.
And you're lying.
You're lying, man. Like there's just like, I'm putting my foot down on that. Yeah, I will never let a robot
110%
write lyrics for me.
110%.
I will never let a robot write a song for me. I'd rather do shit 3-chord songs and just fumble about with my own words. I have every faith in my ability to write my own lyrics and to convey what my heart thinks and what my brain feels, what my heart feels and my brain thinks. Like I'll get that on paper, and if I hate the fact that it's a button press away.
Yeah,
I hate the fact that it's just like you give it a prompt and you do that, and then it's
that's
right. It's done
Yeah.
for me.
Can you imagine like if there was a famous artist, right, that had these incredible songs, had these incredible lyrics, etc., built a massive following, millions of people were loving them, they were headlining the biggest festivals in the world, etc., right, huge artist. Can you imagine what would happen if their followers then found out that they'd been using ChatGPT to write their lyrics and probably to write the songs as well, to write like musical scores to go with it? Like, can you imagine what would, like, if people genuinely thought that was written by them, and then all of a sudden it was shown that it wasn't written by them?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what I genuinely feel like people's reaction would be like, you know, and
it's
it's
just
like,
uproar, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there'd be uproar, and that's the thing is that I think that's where the majority of music is safe when it comes to AI, because no matter how much I could type into ChatGPT to write me a drum pattern, I still have to play it. Do you know what I mean? It's
like the physical ability.
I physically have to be able to play it. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't want that to happen anyways, because I'm more than capable on my own to create and invent my own rhythms and patterns and stuff. And why would I want a computer to do that? I think the thing that's at most danger is lyrics. Lyrics is where it's at the most danger. And then it's like, you think about like book writing, you know, like the fact that, and my missus wrote a book, and the amount of hours and dedication, that late nights, and the amount of glasses of wine that went with it as well, you know, to write that book was absolutely next level. I mean, my appreciation for writers went right up. You know, the dedication to that is incredible. And to think that can all be taken away by someone just simply typing into ChatGPT, and within boom, it's gone. It's like, that is petrifying. I'm in 100% agreement with you that what ChatGPT is a tool, and it can be used as a tool, and it can be used as an incredible tool that could even save people's lives, you know, in the future, and all sorts of stuff. But when it comes down to creativity, it should not be used as something creative. I mean, like, you think about like electronic music. You know, you got all these like electronic drum and bass artists and stuff, you know, that like sit for hours at a computer creating and designing these patterns and rhythms and putting them all together. And it, you know, like the dedication to that. And now ChatGPT can create something like that within the press of a button. It's petrifying. And I do think though that's gonna eventually do a full circle. I think people love imperfections.
Well, this is what I'm talking about.
People love creativity, like physically being able to see it happen, and that's why jamming for you and me live is like, that's why we do what. Well, it's not because of like AI. That's why we do it. We jam because we love it. Yeah. We've always jammed. But I think that shows to, even like in this scenario, that will show to people that, yo, we're creating this right now, right here. This is fully organic. You know, this, yeah. You were going to say something, sorry.
Well, don't apologise, man. I was trying to interrupt you. It was like, well, I think, like you said, it's going to go full circle. And that's what we were saying earlier about the physical posters. That I think it's probably going to go back to that.
People don't get sick of it.
People getting handed a flyer. It's like me and you have recently taken up writing in notebooks again, like I do it every single day, man. Like I'll write in a notebook. You just barreling around as if there's not a podcast going on.
No, terrible attitude, Dickens.
Awful. Get involved. Get a microphone.
Yeah, there was something I was going to say on that point then. And Dickens completely distracted me.
Just barreling
Stop it.
in.
You're encouraging our ADHD, Dickens. Stop it. You said, what did you say before Dickens came flying in like an absolute lunatic?
I said about posters, flyers, and
all that sort of stuff. Yeah, about it going full circle, basically, weren't we? Dickens.
Check her for poo.
She does smell a little bit, but I'm not quite sure.
Lord, come here.
Go on. Go on. Oh God, she does smell.
Come on.
She does smell, does she? A little bit pongy.
Oh, not toward the camera, Dickens.
Probably stood in it.
Tail up.
You never see this on a podcast, do you?
Oh, yeah, she has.
She's got some nuggets. Just wipes it on your cheeks. You never said it wasn't. You just smelt it and wiped your hand. Oh God, do I have cat crap on me? And on that note, we might want to end the podcast.
No, I don't think I've got any on me. It felt like I might have done. Can you lick your bum, please, and sort that out?
It's disgusting, Dickens.
It's not bad. It's just like a little bit.
A little nugget.
Yeah, sort it out, please. You just stay sat down there for the time being, darling.
Oh, it's brilliant.
But yeah, I think we're not going to edit any of this. It's
No,
like
hell no.
because
It's all right. It's
it's
all
all
organic.
all organic.
All organic, and that's how it should be. That does annoy me on some things where they cut out the ums and the ahs and the and it's just, I can understand that for like educational videos and things like that and some podcasts and things, but then again it's like, yo, sometimes it's really nice to have that organic flow.
Well, yeah, it's like I almost got catch it on me. It's like you want to see that. That's what you want to see.
You want to see that.
I think AI, all of that sort of stuff, it has its place and it has its uses.
Yeah.
Despite the fact it is completely taking people's jobs away.
Yeah.
But in one of the things that it can't take away is the human ability to create.
Absolutely.
And in whatever creative endeavor you have, I think you should just stick with what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you believe. And I think everyone has imposter syndrome to a degree. And I think everyone believes that what they do is not that worthwhile. And that's the self-doubt that has to be overcome throughout life, I think. And it's like you always compare yourself to other people. But like more recently, I've been making an active practice of writing down 3 things that I've done well in a day.
Yeah.
And I think that's one exercise that's really helped me, because then you start to pay attention and you start to notice the things that you do well.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, and then you validate yourself, because if you compare yourself to every other person that's out there, and like we've said earlier, it's like the whole internet is absolutely littered. There are a million better guitar players than me. But historically, we've not been able to access that knowledge and observe all those other guitar players just shredding away and just creating insane stuff and understanding chords that I don't understand and ways of playing that I don't understand. And it's like, that doesn't diminish my ability as a performer and my ability as a songwriter.
Absolutely.
I feel that if anything, poo bum down. I feel if anything, she's not bad, but like I wouldn't let her sit on you just in case. But it shouldn't diminish my faith and my confidence in my own ability to write songs and perform songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it. Will you stop it? I'm trying to get a point across. Because the beautiful thing about humans is the imperfections.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we don't want to get to a point in a society where the imperfections are completely gone, because then the humanity is gone.
Yeah, we lose the ability to...
The fallacies of people and the idiosyncrasies of people and that create such a beautiful tapestry that is life. Yeah. It's like, imagine you could get ChatGPT to write you something like Shakespeare wrote. Yeah. But it's like, when Shakespeare wrote his plays, like, it was just pure poetry. The man invented hundreds of words for the English language. Yeah. To describe, I think beautiful is one of them. Like, that's one of Shakespeare's words that he made. And it's like, that, you don't want to lose that, man. Yeah. Like, and you're at risk of losing it. And even if every single song that comes from this point forward, because that's the thing, AI has the processing power and the capability to write every single possible chord progression. Even though there's infinite amounts of them, it can write them all and copyright them all and just take the industry, take music. And it's a terrifying thought. And it could invent billions in a matter of days, billions or even minutes, man. Billions of chord progressions, billions of melody progressions that it can then copyright and then no one's allowed to make music. And it's like, in my head, like, that's a possibility, and that's terrifying. And then you rob humanity of humanity.
Yeah.
Now we're getting sort of serious and scary. We're getting into scary dystopian territory, but it's like, you got to think about these things. But like, as a vow, like you and I have said, we're not even. No. I don't even entertain the idea. Yeah. Even if I'm writing lyrics and I'm like, my brain's blocked. And that's the thing. It's like we're so used to easy answers now.
Yeah, that's
no one asks for directions anymore.
Yeah,
no one asks the time anymore, because it's like those things have been catered for. Google Maps, and you've got your phone in your pocket all the time that tells the time. We don't do head maths anymore because there's calculators available. And it's like there's all these things that we outsource everything to the point where we're just a vegetable and everything does everything else for us.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't, like, I will write some lyrics and then I'll hit a block with it. Sometimes they'll flow right out of me and it's like, that was beautiful. When that happens, it's just incredible. You got to capture it. But then there are other times where I might write a verse or a chorus and then it's like, I have no idea where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's like, the easy thing would be to just go,
ooh, what rhymes with?
Can you write me another verse in a similar style to this verse I've already written? Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I tell you, I'll be completely honest, the furthest I've gone with it, or the only internet online tool that I may use if I have a struggle is rhymezone.com.
Okay.
Like I'll try and rhyme something with something, and I'll be just like, I've gone through all the words that I can think of, and I'm like, nothing's landing.
Yeah.
And then I'll go on Rhyme Zone, and then most of the time I'm quite surprised that I've actually listed all the ones that lists. But it might give me an extra word, which is like, that's the one.
Yeah.
And then it facilitates me to write, and it's like a little prompt.
It's almost like, but I guess that's no different to kind of like flipping up in a dictionary or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, and kind
exactly.
of like being like, oh right, that word rhymes with that.
Yeah. Well, it's just sort of that. That's as far as I go with it. And that's not. It's not really cheating. It's just sort of looking for.
I can imagine that's extremely rare.
Oh yeah, I very rarely do that. But like if I've hit a block with something, but I like the first line that I have, if it's like that's exactly what I want to say, and now I want to say this, but I'm not sure how to tie that in. And then I might not find a rhyming word, but like 9 times out of 10, when I've exhausted the list of rhyming words in my head, like I'll check that, and 9 times out of 10 it doesn't give me anything beneficial, and I just have to rewrite the verse or rewrite the lines and figure some other way of like swapping stuff around, and then I'll get there. But it's always a process, unless a song just falls out of me. And we have a bunch of songs where they just like literally it was.
Well, the amount of times I've come back to the studio and you've been like, dude, I just had like this creative inspiration the last time I watched, and then you've read the lyrics to me or played them to me, and I'm like, whoa, dude.
It's generally like 3 in the morning, and I'll be like, that's like I'll just scramble out of bed, and I'm like,
for sure.
It's
crazy. Like I can't write lyrics like that. Like I've never practiced it. You know, I'm sure I probably could do if I put my time and effort into it. But that's like, to me, that's like mind blowing when someone can just kind of like just create like a lyrical masterpiece. Just boom, comes into that, and to match the rhythm of a tune as well. You know, it is incredible. I do think with like the AI thing, I think one of the things that I thought of earlier was trust. Like I think AI could potentially destroy the trust in people. In that, like I said, like I gave the example of like having a famous musician that goes massive, and then later on the audience actually finds out that their followers and fans find out later on that they were using ChatGPT. Well, straight away the trust for that musician now has been broken. It's like, oh, you've been cheating, right? So I think that there's two ways that could go, where people begin to no longer trust what they see and hear. You know, they're like, well, that's an absolutely amazing song, but has it been written by ChatGPT, or has that been involved in it? And they may start to lose their trust and belief in humanity. Or it could go the other way, where people basically no longer want to be involved with the AI at all, and only trust what they see and hear with their eyes, with their eyes and ears. You know, so like they come to one of our gigs and they see us perform and they see us jam and they see us make things up and they're like, that's real. That's what I'm looking for. And I do think that it's going to go that way, similarly to how like it went from like the record to, you know, the CD to the tape, to the CD, to the MP3, to the MP4, to the you know, to Spotify and all that sort of stuff, and people have gone full circle and come back round to the record because they love the imperfections of the record. They don't like the perfection of what's coming out these days. It's, you know, it's too clinical.
They like the physical.
Yeah, they like the physical, and it's too and what's being produced today is not physical, and it's too clinical. People are collectors. They like to collect things, and I feel that is also where it's going to go with this. That people are going to get to the point where it's like, this is AI is just ridiculous. It's too clinical. It's too perfect. It's too obvious. I don't trust it, and they're going to start being like, you know, I want to see and feel and hear with my senses, you know, and actually visual. Like, you can't, like, if you walk into a jazz bar and you see a bunch of jazz musicians jamming, you cannot deny that. That is pure human talent. If you go and sit next to an artist with a paintbrush, I see him all the time, you know, sat on the beach or something with a paintbrush, like drawing, painting away, and I stop and I have a look and I'm like, that's amazing, that's incredible. You can't deny that. It's physically there. You know, they drew that, they painted that, they, you know, and I think that's where, you know, that potentially is where it's going as well. I never thought we'd face something like that, but it's
well, it just seems to have come out of nowhere, mainly come out of COVID, because I think everyone just, all these computer nerds just had a little moment where they were locked inside with nothing to do, and it's like, right, let's create a machine that can access all the knowledge of the internet.
Yeah.
In a split second to create something for you. And it's exponential, isn't it? At this point, it's like AI's inventing stuff and solving problems that humans can't.
Yeah.
Or have struggled with for a while, because AI it's ultimately going to be superior. It is, because we can't, unless we get chips put in our head at some point, we can't access the catalogues of the world in a heartbeat and understand everything. But
it technically already is superior. You know, it's got far more superior knowledge than I have.
But it's not humanity.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'll take this is what it's like, the same with people putting filters on photos. It's the same with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's authenticity is the way to be. It's even like before we started the podcast thing, we were like, right, should we swear on it? And it's like, well, we shouldn't swear just all the time,
because we don't anyways.
But because we don't anyways. But if we swear, it's all right, because it's authentic. It's like but we're not going to just swear for the sake of swearing, because that then gets irritating. But it's like, the authenticity is what the world needs.
Yeah.
And whenever you're trying to be something other than yourself, then you're disregarding yourself and every beautiful, amazing thing that you can bring to the world.
Yeah.
And all your flaws and all your problems, they create who you are. And I think if your motivations toward helping people, or toward assisting others, or bringing beauty to the world in some regard, is like that's, if those are your motivations, then like your authenticity will bring that forward.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT is just programming. And I think in whatever creative endeavor that a person has, they should continue it with all its flaws and fallacies. And it's interesting, actually, because generally speaking, the thing that people point out to other people are the flaws of what they've done.
Yeah.
they'll have done a beautiful, magnificent painting, and you'll be stood there like, oh, that's beautiful, that's insane. I really love what you've done there. Like you captured it, and they'll be like, yeah, I quite like it. I just don't like this bit here. Like people do that, don't they?
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't like this bit, and I'm not too sure on that. There, I'll do it with the music. It's like, yeah,
and that's how we get better at something.
Exactly.
It's how we get better. It's how we get making
better.
mistakes and getting better.
But then it's like it's also a beautiful thing as a person, because you'll look and you'll be like, that's an incredible painting. But then they point something out and you're like, oh yeah, actually you have, like, that doesn't look quite right. But but then it's like it's beautiful, man. Imperfection is beautiful because then you go, right, okay, I've screwed this up.
Yeah.
And it's not like ChatGPT can write something perfectly.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like right now I can prompt it and it'll just write me something absolutely perfect. And it's like, I don't want that. I want to just sort of... It's like when we play live. It's like we could practice and polish the performance as much as we wanted, but like we'll still screw something up and we laugh about it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that gets people. That's the thing that people love, because like we'll just like, I'll like look and be like, oh, like you'll drop a stick and it'll be just like, ha. And then everyone, you can see everyone just laughing. Yeah. And it's like, that's humanity. That's life. That's love. That's all of that. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
It is. It is, and it's 110% the way that we learn as humans, by making mistakes. Take the mistake away, then we never develop, we never learn, we never progress. And it was like one of the best things I did was actually put social media down completely. I mean, I never got addicted to it in the first place. I mean, I use it now obviously for Echo Town as a business, but I put that down because there was so so many things that I would see that made me feel inadequate and incapable. So then I would stop practicing my drums, or stop, like I'm into sports and fitness and all that sort of stuff, and I would feel inadequate with what I'm capable of, because there's someone out there that's way more flexible than me and got way better mobility, or has got strength of a bloody gymnast sort of things. And it's like, yeah, that's because they were gymnasts from the age of 3. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what they've trained and done. It's like, I no matter how much I train now at 35, I'll never get that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the problem is with social media is that it can make you feel inadequate and make you want to quit. And I think AI is very much kind of like has that potential for people today. And I do feel for the next generation that's coming along at the moment, because are they going to see AI doing all these perfect, amazing things? And then realize that and then begin to feel inadequate against it. And it's like, well, actually, don't feel like, my advice to anybody like that would be put it down. That's Dickens scratching away in the background. My advice to people like that would be put it down, get rid of it, put it down, get away from it, and just focus on your true self, being your authentic self. And ignore what other people are doing. Don't ever compare yourself to what someone else is doing or achieving. Focus completely on what you want to do as an individual. Like when I was learning to play the drums and obsessively tapping and mastering techniques and rhythms and patterns, back then that was before YouTube was even invented. So I had no distractions. I had no one to compare myself to. As far as I was concerned, I was the best drummer. That I could but if I'd have had access to Instagram and YouTube and things like that back then, when I was like 14, 15, 16, I would have felt completely and utterly inadequate, and probably maybe have given up.
Yeah.
And I didn't really start using YouTube until I was probably about 18. I don't even think I had a phone until I was about 18. My advice to anyone is like, stop looking at what other people are doing. Be inspired by them. That's different. You can be inspired by them and learn from them, fair dues, but don't compare, because that's when stuff starts getting dangerous. And it's with the onset of AI, we could quite easily start to compare ourselves to that.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Is that
that's the one.
The quote.
Yeah.
What AI gives is an easy way out.
Yeah.
In that, you can, like we said, if I'm struggling writing lyrics, you could just give me lyrics.
Yeah, that is
and
the
like
problem.
that's it. I think like you said, that it's the instant sort of thing. You didn't just pop out of your mum's room with the ability to play drums. Like it's work and consistent effort, and you're still getting better, and you're still learning, and you're still improving.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the thing. It's like, don't give away the opportunity to have a quest and an adventure in life.
Because
it's like, just because something will give you an easy way out, or like an excuse. I often think this, man, if people feel disillusioned in life, or like they just don't know where they're heading, like, it's just like, get a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, get a hobby, and then get good, and then get like one thing, and then get really good at it. Just focus on it and get good at it. And it's like, you might really want to get good at something, and you might just hit a roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, but that's exactly what's supposed to happen. It's like, it's not that you're crap at something. It's that you are supposed to hit roadblocks, but if you really do want to get good at it, it's just putting the time in. It's interesting as well, because like, we've both taught music a lot. You still do. I teach a little go guitar here and there, and it's like, you end up being in a scenario sometimes where certain lessons, it's like you teach the same lesson every time, because they don't practice in between, and it's like, well, this is pointless, like, because you have to put the time in, and I've given you something to learn in this time period, and now you got to learn that so that we can learn the next thing, so that we can learn the next thing and the next thing, and that's exactly what a quest would be, or it's like, that's exactly what AI would rob someone of, because they don't have to write 10 shit songs to learn to write the 11th one well.
Sorry.
It's why I have a problem with singers sometimes. But you say what you were going to say.
No, go on.
Because I genuinely think that singing is something that people can be born with. Like the ability to sing. Some people just cannot sing, man. Like they're tone deaf. They're tone deaf, or they try and they won't get there. and I feel that some people just sometimes they'll get to a certain age, and then they'll be like, bah! And it's like, oh, I can sing.
Yeah.
And it'll surprise them. And then if they have the confidence and the ability to be able to go and perform live, they'll go and perform live, and people will be like, they're actually a really good singer. Yeah. But like, generally speaking, that's just like, you can either sing or you can't.
Yeah.
And that's like, and that's why I rate musicians quite highly, or rate them higher than over singers, because it's like, oh, he's an amazing guitarist, but it's not come about with the same ease that maybe singing has.
Yeah.
You know, the singers one day sort of might have had a few singing lessons or whatever, or practiced, but it's not to the same degree by any stretch. I know, because I sing and I play guitar, so it's like you sing and you do get better over time the more you sing. But it's also something where it's like, I'm on the notes, generally speaking. Yeah. But with guitar, it's like, I've had to put the work in. Yeah.
Still got to prove them, sweetheart. As much as I love you.
I mean, that might cause some controversy, but pop in the comments. Like, if you're a singer and you've grafted in order to learn to sing.
We're also open to being corrected.
Yeah.
And that's the point. On that note, is that people. It's interesting how people get offended, and I mean, we've all done it. I've done it. You know, get offended when we're told that we should get that we need to be better at something, or that we've just made a mistake. And when you correct someone, it's like, if I correct someone, or someone it's happened to me multiple times where, you know, people have corrected me on something and I've taken offense by it. Or someone's come up to me. I actually love it. I love it when someone comes up to me and like says, "Oh, your drumming's amazing, blah 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 blah. What about this?" And I have had that. You know, it's like, why didn't you try it? What have you ever thought about trying that? Have you ever thought about trying that? Or what about your technique in this? And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that mistake out. Because I love it when people do that, because then it makes me aware of it. It makes me go, oh, right, okay, I need to get better at that. You know, and I think it's always important to be kind of like constantly.
Do you think that has to come from a place of authority, though?
Oh yeah, most
Like-
definitely.
like
It would have to come from
if they know
from,
what they're on about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. For someone with experience,
Because like I
You
do
know.
feel like I might like, if
has to come from someone with experience in life.
otherwise the sort of the ego kicks in, which it does with everyone.
Well,
I
it's
guess,
like
to a
if I'm
degree.
going to get life advice, I'm going to go to someone who's older than me.
You're not going to take it from a 16-year-old.
No, I'm not going to take it from a 16-year-old.
Precisely.
You know, I'd happily listen to the 16-year-old if they had some insane experience in something that I've learned. Like if there was a
But
16-year-old who was like an absolute master of calisthenics or gymnastics or something like that and could just do these incredible things.
If it was
and
a
they came up to me
16-year-old
and
that
were
was
like,
shredding on guitar, and
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
because
let
he's
me
got
show
the
you how to do
experience.
this.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
yeah,
absolutely.
sure. Yeah, I'm keen. I'm
The
open to
age
listen.
doesn't become a factor then.
No,
Yeah.
it's someone's experience and someone's capability. But if it comes from someone who is less experienced, then that can almost come across as offensive. But it's so important to be able to accept counsel when someone gives you it.
100%.
You know, in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah.
Stop looking so damn sexy. How about that? That's
can't-
counsel. It's like almost every gig they're like, it's the drummer single. No.
Well, I'm not. I'm a married man.
He's a married
He's single
man.
though. I mean, look at him. What a spec.
Special needs. Yeah. I think it's all been valid.
Yeah.
And to come back round full, because we talked about a lot on this episode. I like it.
You're gonna have to listen to the entire podcast back and then write a brief description.
Maybe you should write.
Or maybe we should just call it Echo Town's Ramblings, because then we don't have to write a description. It's just like, yo, we're sat in here, we're going to talk about something, and we're just going to ramble.
We talked, or maybe we should make notes as we go. We talked about AI. We talked about the canopy, whatever that means.
I like it.
Yeah.
I know I'm absolutely bursting for a wee right now.
Yeah, dude.
That's authentic.
I think we should, to wrap it up, I think in conclusion, in conclusion, I think authenticity is key. I think authenticity will get people to be noticed in the canopy or get them above the canopy, whatever. Yeah. It's like, I think that if you're authentic, people pay attention. I think, do you know what? I once saw a really funny band and they were hilarious on stage, like hilarious. And I went up to the guy afterwards and I was like, dude, that was funny, man. That was awesome. And he was like, cheers, mate. And he was like miserable.
Wow.
He was like an entirely different character when he got off the stage. And I know that can be a thing in the music industry, in the music world, in the creative world, where you put on a different facade, you put on something different, and then you become someone or something different when you get on stage. I know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
And it's liberating for a lot of people, but at the same time, it's like when we're enthusiastic and funny and laughing on stage and whatever, we are like that when we get down, when we talk to people, and we love talking to people after gigs.
Yeah.
Simply because it's like you want to engage with people, you want to make people smile, you want to give people a hug, and you want people to feel good about themselves.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the way that you chart a course forward. Yeah. In whatever you do, it's like, right, who am I? And then you go, right, this is me authentically. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's all right as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've often sought validation from outside myself for so long, and then it's like I've got to an age now and a mindset now where it's like, I am me.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps telling me that I'm all right as me. Mm-hmm. So when am I going to start believing that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
Everyone's telling me I'm all right, man. Like, and I'm a decent
I
person. When am I going to start thinking that?
I genuinely do think that a lot of that does come with age as well. Like, I've spent my entire life kind of like, to be honest with you, I knew who I was when I was back in my teenage years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
too.
Like my later teens particularly, I knew exactly who I was and what I wanted to become.
Yeah.
But due to circumstances and things, that was very, very suppressed. And then obviously it's like a good friend of mine years ago said that we're born geniuses, right? And if that genius is channeled and given the correct attention to be able to grow, that genius will just go off in a straight line, you know, and continue and grow to be an absolute incredible genius, you know? But what tends to happen is we tend to have the first few years of our life, you know, like as kids, you kind of like that inner genius. And then when we hit our teenage years, we kind of like divert from it. And then we kind of like, as we get older, we come back to it. So sometimes, like for me, I spent so much of my life not knowing who my authentic self really was. And it's only really been within the past 2 years, I'd say, you know, probably from when I hit the age of 33, did I start to kind of like go, oh, actually, I think I know who I am. And I think I no longer give a crap about what other people think. And I think I just need to be my true self. And I don't want to hide that character anymore, or be ashamed or embarrassed about it, you know, in any way. It's like, I am who I am. And that's, like you said, it's the most important thing, and it does take time to find that, but the point is really to stop caring about what other people think and just be what you want to be. As simple as that. And you know, and for me, you know, I've got multiple endeavors that I get up to at the moment, you know, that I'm doing, but I know for a fact that I am a musician. I'm a performer. I'm a drummer. You know, I'm an artist. That's what I do. Yeah. And that's where, you know, in 100% of my effort is being channeled. Yeah. It's very important to do that. Yeah.
I love that as a conclusion. And that's the thing. Robots would take that away. And what it means to be, just align with yourself. Basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
Don't outsource.
Yeah.
Although I've thought about it, getting a drum machine. Actually keep time, man.
I am a drum machine.
That's the best way to conclude it.
I'm just not a metronome, mate.
I'm not a metronome. I'm a drum machine, but I'm not a metronome. I don't want you to be a metronome.
Oh, mate.
I think if we took some of our recorded stuff, if you put it on like a thing that tracked the tempo, it'd fluctuate. But like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want it to be bang on the beat. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to. As long as it doesn't fluctuate wildly, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I want those in imperfections. It's like it's especially on the Kin album. There's so many mishits. There's so many bits of solos that were like that's a bit of a mess. There's tempo fluctuations everywhere. And we said when there was articles in the paper about it, and it was like we wanted to record an album that sounded like we do live. So we didn't really record to metronomes, and we didn't like track anything like that, and we didn't over record anything. It was like, right, one take stuff. It's how we're recording stuff now. It's like we're not doing tons and tons and tons of takes to polish stuff up. It's like that's the way you fight back against the robots and the AI and this sort of thing, because like it will create something perfect for you. Yeah. Something on the frame, on the structure, and it's like, man, we're not supposed to be like on the beat.
That's why I like jamming with you, dude. Because you're so goddamn imperfect.
That's true.
Mess it up all the time.
I do mess it up all the time. So do you.
I know, all the time.
So Rick and Bob continuing to mess things up.
I think that was the podcast for today.
I've
bit of a ramble.
That, mate.
I did. It was lovely. It was absolutely brilliant.
I'm going to wipe my cat's arse and you can go this way.